I lost all that time. This is an addiction topic. I was doing my little scroll thing and I came across this interview on a podcast. This guy was talking about had 10 years sober, then I relapsed and I lost all that time. Did you? Did you really lose 10 years of sobriety because you slipped? And he went on a little bender and messed a bunch of stuff up. That's what you lost. You lost some of your materialism, some of your self-respect, and the ability to say that you had this much time, but you did not lose that sober time. How is that kind of guilt and shame helpful? In fact, it's that kind of thinking that keeps you on the bender. You dig? It's not helpful at all. Talk about not looking at the bright side. For example, I was a chronic relapser, got real good at it. And I had to change my perspective on things. It's all perspective, you guys. Your perception is your reality, blah, blah, blah. But here's what I did after I got so much guilt and shame from nothing working. And nothing working wasn't even my fault. I wasn't even properly educated in how my body and mind and everything is designed. And society and doctors and everybody, they don't help very much with that. If you want a little starting point, start looking into your zodiac sign and cross-reference it with your Myers-Briggs personality type. You'll see there's nothing wrong with you. You're just trying to operate in a system of one size fits all. And once you get to know thyself a little bit better, things get a little more clear. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's not helpful at all. So when I was in early recovery is 1 to 3 years, right? Everybody thinks, oh, I got 6 months, whatever. You haven't even really started yet. You're just still drying out. But chronic relapsing, you know what helped me? I shifted from, I literally say this and everybody's like, whatever, dude, that's weak, you failed. I started counting my time as this year I was sober more than I was drunk. Y'all got to listen to the words of these programs. Progress, not perfection, right? Everybody's goal is just to stay sober forever. For one, you're not sober. You replaced that addiction with something else. That's why you slipped, because you knew addiction didn't quite do the trick. Can I get an amen? And everybody says that, oh, I stopped my regimen. When you're sober, you don't really need all that regimen. Now, if you feel that you're about to, if you're that far off into your materialism and whatever, self-loathing or whatever, yeah, go pick up your regimen or whatever, but it wasn't designed for you to do all that stuff every single day for the rest of your life. Same with the pills you take for therapy. Mental health, for one, they never talk about mental health, real mental health. They talk about mental dysfunction, mental illness. If the focus was actually mental health, they wouldn't be talking about more drugs to treat drug addiction. My point is, there's a lot of cliches like that. I lost all that time. If you go to college and you fail a test, did you lose all that tuition, all those other classes, all that other reading that you did? Did you lose all that? Or did you fuck up one test? You know what I'm saying? But the mindset of, oh, I failed that hard, for one, that's what keeps you in that bender and going and fucking more and more and more shit up. If you're like, catch yourself, God, I just slipped, let me get back to my grind. What made me slip? Let's learn from this. And usually, as everybody says before the relapse, they got caught up in their life. If there is something like meetings or whatever that keeps you grounded in the spiritual battle, then that's good. But to say that I lost all that time, years, like it's all for nothing, like you didn't do anything, you didn't build your family, you didn't reconcile relationships, you lost it all. And granted, you might have lost some trust, but don't let anybody fool you. And most of the time when people do relapse is because they were just playing a character they weren't. They built a trap for themselves. Society told them, go get your degree. I see it all the time in treatments. Everybody's sitting there working on a degree in business in their first month of sobriety. Now, granted, it's good to have goals and all, but are you fucking kidding me? But that's what everybody wants you to do. You're sitting there trying to heal from something that kills most people. And they're like, get your shit together so I can get my more materialistic things. So I feel better about my status and all. Heal. Figure some shit out. And that's part of most people's go get a job. Yeah, I'm freshly sober. Insurance is going to pay for my treatment for like a week or a month. And I'm going to go hit the grind 40 plus hours a week, deal with court or whatever, and go to this outpatient shit. And I'm going to stay sober through all this shit. The healing part goes way to the side. The figuring out what you really are, how you're really built, and what you should be connecting to is way on the back burner. Go back and do the same things, participate in the same matrix that made you sick in the first place. Hurry up too, because we got bills, and your shit ain't that serious. It's all your fault. Even though, granted, we got our own stuff. It just doesn't look like yours, and we're gonna keep doing it. And you're gonna keep wanting to use. We're not gonna listen to a damn thing you say, because since you had an addiction, everybody around you feels better. That's why when you start doing better, they start doing shit. It's just how it is. You gotta figure it all out. But it's hard to do that when you're sitting there going to an agreeable talk therapist for a year before you have any progress. Ain't nobody telling it to you straight. Like, what else? Little things like the only thing you have to change is everything. You know that means, like, if you need to get a divorce, you go get a divorce. If you need to move into a smaller house, if you need to change careers, anything. Or you can keep suffering.